Okay, everyone's back. It's time for us to do the other best character.
Yes.
I just noticed it's not the loneliest girl in Alternia, it's the lionliest girl in Alternia. God fucking damn it. Oh no, that's 2 weeks away!
Yeah.
Wah. Oh well. Now we start on... the game freezing.
Oh, no.
That's fine. It's good. A fair trial. Fun fact, I have a scale friend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got it on a 413 day sale. I got it and the entirety of Problem Sleuth. All 6
Hell
volumes.
yeah.
It's a cool, breezy evening. Violet leaves crunch under your feet as you stroll casually through a dense and inviting forest. Not an environment you're used to on this planet, that's for sure. You should be lapping up the serenity like a thirsty dog at a zen fountain. Instead, you're brooding. So many new friends, all of them a special breed of sad. You don't like seeing sad people, so you've done everything in your power to fix them. Slumber party, matchmaking, throwing a giant spider into a volcano. The smiles of your new friends greet you with all the proof you need that you've been doing good work. And yet, you can't help but wonder how much of a difference any of this really makes. Especially in Alternia, you've gathered that even if one of these kids avoids being murdered by an insectoid eugenics robot, they'll just wind up conscripted into a lifetime of military service under a colonial empire. Which makes it really hard to believe that inducing a few bouts of revelatory catharsis will ultimately amount to much. It's a depressing thought, and you're not entirely sure what to do with it. Which is why you've come out here. Nothing better for the soul than a nature hike, right? Maybe after a nice long walk, you'll come out right as... Hey, is that a treehouse? What? Ouch?
Ouch is right, criminal.
Stop! You've broken the law! Great. More shenanigans. You won't lie and say the prospect of making friends with a spooky shark in glaringly red shades isn't appealing, but criminal doesn't leave a great taste in your mouth. When you try to move, well, you don't, because you're tied to a chair. Strike 2 on the bad taste scorecard. Probably shouldn't stick around for strike 3. In a moment of uncharacteristic self-preservation, you close your eyes and attempt to zap away. But you can't. Your head hurts and your vision is still kinda hazy, which might imply brain damage on account of your surprise wanging. With your luck, that probably means your superpowers are permanently broken. Typical. Looking up at your captor again, you can't help thinking the specs are a bit extra. What kind of loser wears big angular sunglasses like that anyway? Dark!
Dirk? You'd certainly be one to judge if you had the legal authority to do so.
Also, do you see why why Ash is doing this one, Autumn?
Yeah, no, that just doesn't look fun.
Mm-hmm.
A fashionable dress like that, with blood as deliciously red as yours. The hypocrisy on you stinks like a fragrant pus.
Gross. Jeez, what's up with these aliens and their hang-ups about blood?
Hang-ups.
Oh, it's gallows humor. God damn it!
Gallows humor is an admirable quality. But such crowd-pleasing theatrics will not spare you from the full weight of... the law.
Oh, this is a fucking vibe.
Oh, I love the music.
Did they make her a bit chubbier?
A lot of fan interpretations do that. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. A bizarre tableau unfolds before you. Stuffed dragons and benches, a big, angry monster, empty noose dangling next to a window. Looks like you've just wandered into a courtroom drama. Much to your relief, your kidnapper isn't a shark. And you have to admit, the glasses do come together. Wait, the glasses do come together in the ensemble. But it is instead a short, stocky troll girl in a short-sleeved turtleneck and a pair of garish red Crocs. The fashion on this one is staggering, especially with the... Is that a sword cane with a dragon's head?
It is because I am blind and cool. But make no mistake, I don't need eyes to smell how guilty you taste.
Wow, is every sentence that tumbles out of this troll's mouth going to be weird and uncomfortable?
Yes. But enough from you, Cherry Cheeks. His honorable tyranny will only tolerate so much banter before holding you in contempt.
You might be developing some contempt yourself, if you're being honest.
Well, unless you want to be squeezed until your organs burst from your eyes, you'll be the You'll can the back talk and let the prosecution get to work.
Is that what being held in contempt means? Fine, you guess you'll be polite and stop interrupting.
Thank you, I really appreciate it. Right, now that we have the preamble out of the way...
There's a ding from her computer, and her posture immediately switches from confident to frustrated.
Hold on.
She strides over to her husk top, tapping the gleaming edge of her cane in front of her as she goes. You wonder what kind of miraculous accessibility contraption exists on this planet that a blind person can just use. Is she licking the monitor? Yes, she's licking her filthy fucking computer monitor, just slathering it with her teal-tinted saliva, going at it like a husband greeting his war wife after 20 years at sea.
Why? Sorry, give me a second.
No problem, you say. Not like you're going anywhere. Okay, she's distracted. Now would be a great time to go somewhere. Your powers still seem to be on the fritz, but you think the weight of your incredible ass might shatter this chair if you get some leverage.
Ooh.
Wait it out or get some leverage.
That is an amazing question, honestly.
It is.
Historically, doing the more, impulsive thing has ended in a bad end, so I say get some leverage.
Autumn.
No, I agree. Put the ass to use.
You lean forward onto your feet, take a deep breath, and then hop backwards as hard as you can. It worked! You scramble up out of your broken chair as your captor turns towards you.
What the fuck?
You try to run, but the rope still around your legs has other plans as you trip. Try to catch your weight, fall, and just sort of let the momentum of your vaudevillian tumble carry you across the room. You slam into your captor and send both of you flying out the window. Oh, this is way higher up than you thought. You grab onto her and pray for your life. Hey, you're not falling. That's a relief. You congratulate your agile friend and her quick reflexes in grabbing hold of... Oh. Oh no. You've heard of a hung jury, but this is ridiculous. Oh no!
Oh god!
Oh, that's why there was the warning about accidental murder. And hanging. Also the...
Fuck.
Fuck!
What the fuck?
Fuck! That is way more brutal than usual.
Yeah, jeez.
Let's wait it out. You decide it's best to wait this out. The sword and noose are a bit worrying, but with the plush toys and chalk drawings, it strikes you that this is probably the closest thing Alternia has to a tea party. Which would be adorable if it weren't so depressing. Playing along seems like a prime friend-making activity. Besides, whoever got hurt in a court of law? After a few brusque keystrokes, she strolls back to her place in the center of the room.
Not a word in half a sweep, and now she won't shut up.
You ask who she is talking to.
Just some dumb, angry girl who needs to leave me alone until the heat death of the universe. Who even cares anyway?
Oh, it's Vriska.
Yeah, that's Vriska. Not me, that's who. Where were we?
Crimes?
Crimes. You're here today to face the highest justice under my authority as Premier League affiliated legislator in training of His Honorable Tyranny's court. And it is with said authority that I accuse you of that most grievous of crimes against the Empire of her imperious condescension.
Uh-oh. What crime could that possibly be? Breaking and entering? Doping with a clown? You guess she could technically nail you down as an accomplice to murder, but...
The crime of... existing!
What? You're waiting for the other shoe to drop, but the damn thing just seems to be stuck up there. What did she say about being in training? You're beginning to wonder if this is a... What did she say it? Solicitor? Prosecutioner? Public dexterpetist?
Oh.
I have no idea what that last word's supposed to be. You're beginning to wonder if this murder lawyer actually knows what the hell she's talking about.
You think I'm making this up? Do I really look like the kind of girl who would randomly commit unprompted and unjustified murder on a whim?
Look, you've met some weird fucking trolls on this planet, and they all seem to be pretty laissez-faire as to you about murder, so...
No, you know what? Fine. If you're going to be a pedantic, snot-nubbed little wiggler about it, I'll just recite the whole fucking law verbatim.
Oh no.
Article 5, subsection 11, paragraph 68 of the Second New Codes of Alternian Jurisprudence describes your crime as being, having been, or possessing the capacity to be in need of material resource consumption for the purposes of curtailing biological expiry, existing, in, of, around, or through imperial territory as one of the unclassifiable sanguination mutant, one of extrasolar origination, alien, or one who plans to commit, has committed, or may possess the capacity to commit high crimes and fish demeanors against her imperious condescension, criminal. There, happy now?
Dang, this girl really knows her stuff.
Of course I do. I'm not some fly-by lunar cycle troll slaughter consultant. I'm a fucking professional.
Clearly. How could you question her expertise on the subject of what is and is not technically a crime when there are so many books piled up haphazardly? You definitely are existing as an alien after all, and yes, that does by definition make you a criminal. And from the look at that noose, you doubt the punishment is something as quaint as being thrown in the slammer. So, is there an appeals process, or... She springs forward with surprising agility and presses her arm right up against yours, sniffing you with alarming enthusiasm. I know this song. What's the name of the song?
Shoot.
Da 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 da.
Oh, that? Suburban Jungle.
Thank you. Yeah. This is a Suburban Jungle remix.
Well, it's partially Suburban Jungle, and also, shoot, what was Terezi's theme called? Hold on. Because I know parts of her regular theme as well.
Mm-hmm. Conrain, you also appear to have been cursed with Homestuckism. Do you happen to know?
Hold on, hold on. Well, there's one version just called Terezi's theme. But I know there's another title that it goes by. Okay. The Lemon Snout Turnabout is the full name of the original motif that Terezi's theme is based on.
Dear God. Of course it's a Phoenix Wright reference.
Of course. I remember there being another version that had a different name, though. I don't know. I can't remember.
Your game of Candied Apple Ignorance may convince the pan-scrambled clown fuckers in the cheap seats, but I smell the deception dripping off you like a delicious marmalade.
Dear Christ. Do you think they used, like... They had to have used a text translator for her.
It's very possible. At the same time, I 100% fully believe that someone would have like just thinking back to like the olden days with like the fucking Ask blogs and everything. Like I imagine tons of people just typed it out manually.
Oh.
Anyway, you'll have to do better than this if you really want to.
She sniffs.
Want to...
She sniffs again?
Did Kanaya make this dress?
Kanaya's dress!
Oh!
That's where we got the dress. Oh look, an out! Yeah, you say? You and her are great friends. The best! In fact, you think you should message Kanaya right now to clear all this up. You know, like a character witness?
Excuse me. I've witnessed your character plenty, and it's as bland as they come.
That's certainly not the worst contemplative noise you've ever heard.
I may have misjudged you. If you tell anyone I said that, I'm going to cut off your arms and use them to finger paint bulges on your face until you bleed to death.
You decide that keeping this pointlessly mundane secret is definitely in your best interest. So, does that mean you're free to go?
Not so fast.
Hold it!
Hold it! May have implies possibility, not certainty. Maybe Kanaya gave you this dress because she likes you, or maybe you pressured her into it circumstantially. Maybe you're a delightfully clueless and well-intentioned interloper from beyond the stars. Or maybe you were sent here as a sleeper agent to learn all of our weaknesses so that the entities controlling you can sabotage our future. In cases such as these, I find the best course of action is to leave the verdict up to chance.
She produces a double-headed coin with where one side scratched out, and you immediately know exactly where this is going.
The terms are simple. Heads, and I release you from your bonds. Tails, and I release you from being alive.
Is she really about to take you out like a gangster who just betrayed their duality-themed mob boss? Before you request a last Saturday morning cartoon solution, she flips the coin into the air. Well, this is bad. It's bad, and it kind of makes you angry. This doesn't make sense. You didn't do anything. But here you are with a 50-50 chance of getting murked by a jovial gremlin anyway. By the way, it's not 50-50. By scratching away at one surface, you're making it more likely to land on that surface, because the other side weighs more. Does she think this is normal? Your head has cleared enough that you could zap away if you really tried, but... something about this murder lawyer is stuck in your craw. Her devotion to justice is obvious, but it's a twisted and brutal justice. Streamlined for violence and it's got a bunch of my own hair in my mouth somehow. Her devotion to justice is obvious, but it's a twisted and brutal justice. Streamlined for violence and painfully efficient in enabling exactly that, if this mock trial is anything to go by. This is the same system that requires insectoid eugenics robots to keep the peace, after all. There's so much wrong here, and she doesn't even see it. Like, metaphorically see it. The coin is falling. Every rotation brings you closer to a fate that, regardless of outcome, wouldn't be fair. You decide to think about what should be fair. Just like that, you're standing next to her. With a scream, you snatch her coin out of the air and hurl it full force through the window.
My coin!
Sorry, you shout, but she can't expect you to just accept the whims of chance when your life is on the line.
Why not?
Because that sucks! It's a lame and dumb and really cliche. What is she, a comic book villain?
Am I supposed to know what that is?
You really don't know. Troll culture seems to have a lot of really arbitrary similarities to human culture, and is honestly very confusing, but that's besides the point. With a broad sweep of your arm, you gesture at her drawing of the honorary Tyrannosaurus, or whatever, and just ask what he would think of your little stunt just now.
The trial isn't for him. We act like it is, but everyone knows he's just a big, hangry monster.
Oh, is the Justice her Lucis?
No, her Lucis was a dragon that was inside of an egg her entire life.
Right.
The judge is just a big ol' horrible monster thing, who's just, I guess, installed in the government.
Oh,
Sure.
there actually is just a big monster judge that eats people.
Yes.
Is she legitimately a lawyer in training?
I think she just likes to play pretend. I can't remember honestly if there was like direct reference to her actually having any official affiliation with the Alternian court system outside of aspirational affiliation.
Got it.
But yeah. But her ancestor was directly involved with them.
Right, she was the one who tried the Sufferer, right? No, she defended the Sufferer.
No, she tried Mind Fang.
Right. And there was a lot of homoeroticism there too.
Yep.
Well, tromoeroticism? Do trolls have genders?
Yes. I mean...
Right, okay, when they,
Yeah.
yes, they provide genetic material. I was thinking,
Yeah.
not blood genetic material, the other way to
Yeah,
provide
yeah.
genetic material. Got it. Huh? Then who...
It's for the audience, obviously. By the time you make it to the stand, you're basically dead already.
Don't the accused get a chance to defend themselves?
Defend? Only the outrageously guilty would ever think to defend themselves in a court of law.
Wow, that's fucked up. What's the point of even having a trial, then?
Besides the sheer pleasure of watching all the hope slowly drain from someone's eyes as they confront their imminently approaching and inevitably gruesome execution.
Yeah, besides that.
It's a warning to the seditious of what happens when they cross the line.
And that line is, existing?
Yep.
The nonchalance of her answer underlines just how upsetting all of this really is. You remember the law she recited, and one part in particular sticks out to you. Unclassifiable sanguination. Didn't Karkat try to commiserate with you about having mutant blood or something?
You know Karkat, too? I keep waiting for him to fuss about team leaders, but now he won't shut up about this thing he calls a Dave.
Aww, Karkat has a crush!
Everyone was so worked up about the game, and now they're just over it suddenly.
Yeah, that's your fault. Karkat would probably have a nuclear conniption if he knew you were about to say this, but you ask her if she's aware of his blood color.
Of course I'm aware of it. What do you think I am, blind?
Yes. Karkat's a mutant, right? If you remember correctly, that makes him guilty of the same crime you are. Her expression turns sour, and you can tell this is something she spent a lot of time trying not to think about. You figure she avoided summarily executing you because you're friends with her friends, so she would probably avoid killing Karkat as well. And that's a good thing. Great, in fact. You cannot stress how awesome that is. But doesn't that strike her as a bit hypocritical, making exceptions for her friends? Does she think that everyone else who dies at court or gets cold in their own hives in their own hives deserves what they get, just because she doesn't know them personally? Aw, boo-boo?
It doesn't matter what I think. This is just how things are. It sucks, but it would suck a lot worse to be killed for saying so. And then who would protect Karkat? Who would protect? I can't help everyone, Cherry Cheeks. I can barely help my friends. Maybe if I stick to it long enough, I can change things from the inside. That's the best any of us can hope for.
Because that works all the time. You guess that doesn't sound like the worst plan. In fact, it kind of reminds you of... Who? You feel a sadness well up in your heart so fast and heavy that it knocks you over into her. And without meaning to, you... Zap! Your vision is swimming. Voices echo in your head, but you can't pick any of them out. You look around and... something is watching you. Not maliciously, not yet. Just observing you from a curious distance. Not that you can do anything about it while you're clutching your head and trying to put your memories together. You've been circling around this awful familiar feeling ever since you left Earth, drawn towards it like a singularity. The closer you get, the less it makes sense.
What the fuck just happened? Did you kill me just now? Is this troll hell?
Troll hell? Do trolls not have an actual name for... Wait, she's here too?
Here seems like an ambitious description. It's more of an ambiguous nexus of metaphysical realities.
That's an awfully specific description. Has she been here before?
No, but I've tasted places like it in my dreams.
Great, even more shenanigans. You look around and try to get your bearings, but nothing seems to be in focus. It's all too low resolution? Simultaneously too bright and too dark to make sense of.
You okay over there, Cherry Cheeks? Your blood smells really loud right now.
You wouldn't know how to react to that even if you weren't having a memory-induced thought seizure. The pieces are too far apart and you can't quite put it together. But you remember. Friends? Bits of memory hit you, sudden flashes of joy, of violence. Smiling faces, crying faces, bodies, plans. Hope that the world could just be made into a better place.
What the fuck are you mumbling about? If you've fried your think pan, at least let me in on it so I can participate.
You tell her what you can remember, which isn't much. Friends, sadness, dissatisfaction. People who were deeply unhappy with the state of Alternia and faced violence from all sides, just as your new friends do today. Oh. Was I friends with the Sufferers group?
I don't think so. I think this is mostly in reference to the Friend Sim characters. Because that technically takes place way in the past, but not that far in the past.
Ah. Some of them wanted to change it from the inside, and you remember believing that they could. You get the sense that a lot of time has passed between now and then. It doesn't seem like Alternia has gotten much better. In fact, it may have gotten worse. It seems like whatever it was your friends tried to do, they failed.
Of course they did.
What does she mean by that?
Even in the context of your nonsense time-traveling amnesiac cover story, it's not hard to believe. Compelling idiots have good ideas all the time. That doesn't change the fact that they're idiots. Which is why I'm going to succeed where everyone else had their entrails ripped out by a swarm of drones and died like the scrubs they were. I am many things, Cherry Cheeks. An idiot is not one of them.
She flashes a bright and pointed smile, filled with confidence that you believe with every atom in your body. But you're pretty sure she's not the first person to make you feel that way. Idiots or not, the friends you used to have were just as sure of themselves then as she is now. And what good did it do? Honestly, okay, this is hitting me really hard. I tried to do this in my last job, and you know what happened to me? All of my attempts to report people for ethics violations got turned away when I talked to the ethics coordinator, because they explained to me that their bosses told her to stop reporting on ethics violations.
Wow!
Yep. Honestly, you doubt that intelligence or competence has much to do with it at all. You think about the drones you barely avoided at Karkat's hive, and your brief exposure to what this planet calls a criminal justice system. For as violent and unjust as things could be on Earth, at least there was some pretext that the system existed to serve people. Wow, this hits different recently. Here, it's just murder. You aren't sure there's a system that anyone can salvage. Her smile melts into a frown, and you really should ask what this troll's name is.
Terezi Pyrope.
Terezi doesn't sound particularly happy, as she slumps against a debatedly extant wall and slides into a crouch. Her face is a mask of barely contained emotion.
I can tell why Karkat would like you. You're very depressing.
You chuckle and sit down a respectable distance away from her. You definitely don't mean to be depressing, but you have a knack for digging up trauma. The hazards of forging new friendships, you guess?
If Vriska saw us right now, she'd derisively laugh herself into an aneurysm.
Terezi knows Vriska?
Ha ha ha. That's one way to put it. We were practically sisters before she broke the rules and ruined everything.
Right. Terezi wasn't born blind.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot Vriska did that.
Yeah.
And Terezi's the reason Vriska has a metal eye and hand, right? And arm?
Yes. She coordinated with Aradia, who caused a bunch of the ghosts of Vriska's Spider Mom victims to haunt her. And then there was a thing with one of the 8 balls that she had, and it exploded. I can't remember the specific details of how Vriska lost her arm and eye. I just know that it was a complicated chain of revenge along those lines.
Right. Was that before or after Aradia died? Did Vriska kill Aradia? I know Vriska.
Yes.
I know where Vriska kills a bunch of people, but that's
Vriska is yes.
But that's like during the game when people can like come back.
Yeah, Aradia was on the same team as Tavros, and she was killed in the same overall incident that paralyzed him.
Right.
And the direct fallout of that is what led to Terezi being blinded and Vriska losing an eye and an arm.
Right, because Vriska takes her games very seriously.
Yep.
But, you know, Vriska did nothing wrong. No,
I mean, she's complicated.
She didn't mean to do all that. It just kind of like a game went too far. She didn't actually mean to paralyze one friend, blind another, and kill a third, and then lose an arm and an eye.
Vriska half the time does not know what she's doing. She's just constantly reacting to fucking all sort of different layers of trauma and shit. I don't know. She's complicated.
Indeed.
How do you know her?
Oh, you know, you played some Flarp, killed some kids, felt guilty about it. You threw Veska's mom into a volcano.
Wow, you really have gotten around. What's a mom?
Oh my god, her face is a question mark.
Yes!
You think that was just about the saddest thing you ever heard get said if you didn't already know what a losis was?
You killed her Lucis? So she's... That explains why she's been messaging me. Ha!
Terezi is laughing, but it doesn't sound like any laughter you've ever heard.
I can't fucking believe it. Circuit figures her shit out just in time for me to have my own identity crisis. And I bet she thinks everything's supposed to be fine between us now just because... Want to know a secret, Cherry Cheeks?
Might as well add another one to the pile, you say?
I have no idea what I'm doing. I never have, and now I don't think I ever will.
Wow, that's bleak. You guess you're sorry?
It's not your fault. You haven't told me anything I didn't already know.
Her lips are trembling as she reaches behind her and pulls out a box of chalk, and then removes a red piece. You think this is a weird time for artistic expression, but... Oh, she's eating it. Terezi offers you a piece. You don't want to be rude, but you also don't really want to eat chalk. She shrugs and crunches on it like an unshelled lobster. You guess you have to take that in stride. The more important thing is that Terezi is inconsolably sad, which sucks because you're the only person in position to console her. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. I feel like a hug will end in violence, so let's do that one.
Yes.
Even though she really does need a hug.
Yeah. But also, walking up and hugging a person who can't see you, who's also holding a sword,
and has a sword,
never ends well.
No.
You don't know how to fix this. You don't know how to make Terezi feel better. The best you can think to do is put your arms around her. Despite the fact that you're a complete stranger who basically just kidnapped her, she welcomes the embrace. Oh.
I hated her for what she did. Not to me, but to our other friends. All but went to war over it. After our truce, we cut ties. My hope was that she would avoid hurting anyone else. But deep down I knew I would have to kill her eventually. In the name of justice. She did terrible things, but so did I. We did some of them together. Why wasn't I culpable? Why did I blame her for something we did to each other?
You think it's regrettably natural to blame the person in front of you when you get hurt, especially when the real problem is too big and esoteric to stab through the chest with a sword cane.
Vriska did what she did because she had to. So did I. We both deserved the revenge we wrought on each other. But we were all victims of the big picture. It made us what we are, ensured we would do what we did.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I was trying to remember if there is an intro that begins with E. And there is.
Every little injustice started there. And when we fight, whoever painted that picture smiles and laughs. Because they know they've already won.
She sits up a little straighter, and you feel your spine follow suit almost on its own.
Fuck that.
Terezi slips out of your arms and stands up, pulling you to your feet with her. Her entire demeanor has changed. She's practically vibrating with determination. Uh-oh.
Take me to Vriska's hive.
I'm so sorry, Ash.
No, it's fine.
I'm assuming that's a thing you can do.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing you can do. Your mind is still buzzing, but talking to Terezi has calmed that storm just enough for you to focus. As you take her hand, you spare a last look around this bizarre, impossible space. You even feel watched, but is distant now. Maybe even approving? You have so many questions, but those will have to wait. Right now, you've got work to do. Zap! Before you even see where you've landed, Terezi marches up to a very surprised Vriska and backs her up against the wall. She stops just a few feet away, looking up at the cerulean spider girl with anger on her face. Despite their difference in stature, Vriska is intimidated? You caught her off guard, and Terezi is unflinching, also holding a sword. The room is completely silent. You see Terezi clenching her fists. She looks one wrong move away from unleashing hell. This isn't quite what you had in mind when you brought her here. And you really hope your new friends aren't about to fight each other. Something in the air changes. You aren't entirely sure what's happening, but something is definitely happening, and you figure it's best to just cross your arms and pretend you don't exist.
Oh wait, no, that's Vriska.
Terezi's posture softens. Her hands relax as she breathes a soft sigh. Vriska straightens up, letting her own tension dissipate. You guess you're feeling a little less tense yourself? When Vriska cracks a hesitant smile, Terezi leans back. She's sniffing the air intensely, which feels like a good sign. Everything's getting a little looser, a little more casual. Definitely an improvement. They both start cackling, slapping their knees like they've heard the most hilarious knock-knock joke in history. You'd sure like to get on the joke too, but you figure it'd probably be rude to ask. And then they hug? You're not exactly sure what happened, but you figure hugging is a powerful platonic friend activity, even in the worst of times. It's gotten you this far, after all. Here's a problem. So,
Yeah?
they're clearly about to become Moirails, right?
Well...
Oh, right, there's another sector they could take. Either way, poor Kanaya.
The thing with Terezi and Vriska's relationship is that much like Dave and Carcats, well, no, Dave and Carcats can pretty firmly be placed in the flesh quadrant.
Right.
Vriska's and Terezi's relationship is kind of all of them.
They're smack dab in the center of the graph.
Yeah, it's like they fulfill each other in all of the possible ways that troll relationships can work. but yeah, it like they have that whole sort of soulmate best friend thing that Moira allegiances have. They are
Hate each other.
definitely romantic with each other. Definitely have a lot of strong feelings for each other, both positive and negative, which of course leads into the whole rivalry thing that Black Rom is all involved with, and Terezi very often steers Vriska out of trouble, which on the one hand can be attributed to the, parts of their relationship that could be classified as more religions, but is also kind of just like as a side effect. I forget what the different what the conciliatory, I think, is one of is one of the descriptors that describes the club's quadrant.
Really?
But yeah, they just kind of, they complete each other. They're both very fucked up and have a lot of trauma wrapped in each other, but also a lot of very strong positive feelings. It's I want good things for them.
Okay. Yeah, that's all this is. Just two gal pals hugging it out. It's so
Yep.
sweet you could cry. They're gonna kill each other in a second.
Just gals being pals.
When they separate, Terezi meanders over to a window overlooking the pit, where Vriska's Lussus used to live.
So she is dead.
Oh, yeah, I'm real broken up about it too.
Vriska winks at you.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Terezi turns and leans up against the windowsill.
You have a lot to make up for.
And that's why I've been messaging you. I want to apologize, okay?
I don't want your apology, Vriska. I have a lot to make up for, too.
There's definitely some kind of something going on in the room that you're completely oblivious to. You wonder what went down between these girls that they can't even talk about what they're talking about.
What do you mean?
Oh, hey, Pager Rage.
There's so much injustice in the world. Every drop of deliciously innocent and painfully extracted blood on this planet is just paint for the fishy fucks up top to play with. And the worst part is that we were complicit. We revel in it, even. I reveled in it.
Terezi, are you...
They could never make this violence good, so they had to make it fun.
And I
had so much fun hurting people. Who knows how long I would have gone on like that if it hadn't been for our weird invasive species of a friend over here.
Terezi wipes a tear from her cheek and smiles at you. You feel a huge wave of relief. Friends! With a former murder lawyer in training. You sure know how to pick 'em.
For once, Vriska, I want to revel in something good. I want them to feel the razor edge of their own justice. I want their blood to stain the dirt beneath my feet like the pathetic wiggling insects they are. But I can't do it alone.
Aw, fuck! Scourge Sisters overthrowing the government!
Whoop whoop!
Hell yeah!
I don't want to do it alone.
You watch as Terezi takes in a measured breath. For just a moment, you can imagine her standing in a room full of determined people, just behind the person everyone else would call leader, smiling a wicked smile. She's not the one who commands the stage, you think. She's just the one who controls the spotlight. She's the one who knows what happens next.
I'm not sure what we are together anymore, Vriska. I've hated you, but I've felt a lot of things. What I know is that we're dangerous and fate seems determined to make us rivals. That almost sounds fun, doesn't it? We could fight for the rest of our lives if we wanted to. Each the scourge of the other until one or both of us winds up dead. They'd tell stories about us for a long time. What?
What? Sorry. Carcat was mad at seeing a fat Therese. Wait, what do you mean Carcat was mad?
What?
So in the text, someone posted something in the chat. I'm trying to...
I don't remember that part.
Yeah.
But I don't want that to happen anymore. Do you?
No!
You haven't known Vriska very long, but this is a side of her you haven't seen. You doubt many people have. It's actually really awkward. You should probably go, but your prying curiosity and desire for interpersonal closure keeps you glued to the spot.
We had the right idea in the wrong circumstances. But this time, I think we can really do something together. So let's try this again. Vriska, will you be my scourge sister?
Yeah, obviously.
Good. Then let's get to fucking work.
They share a look that you can't quite read, but you get the feeling that this was a resounding success.
Oh no. Oh, there it goes.
Aww.
Oh, look at them.
They're so happy.
Now let them kiss.
Hey, hey. Let's keep this PG.
They
Fucking-
deserve to be happy.
Yeah, post the link. Go ahead. I probably won't. Like, just fair warning. I probably won't end up reading it.
But all right.
Okay, let's give her
We
a
got the good end.
distraction.
Yay!
You heave out a mournful sigh. Alternia's a meat grinder fine-tuned to pulverize anyone who tries to gum up the works. Maybe there's something to be done, but you don't think either of you are going to be the ones to do it.
Yeah. Why bother, right?
Uh-oh.
She's probably doing just fine without me anyway.
I'm trying to remember what the other warning for this episode, this chapter was.
Let's check the options.
Drug use. Oh. Muffin. When you look over at her, you see she's doing her very best to hide her tears. That's no good. You may be lost in the cynical ennui of political burnout, but that doesn't mean you can just sit by and watch your new pal descend into abject disarray. What you two need is a distraction. What you need is... I'm gonna have some of Gamzee's drugs on me, aren't I?
Oh no.
A clown.
No!
Even worse! You,
No!
you grab Terezi's hand and think the happiest, honkiest thoughts you can muster, and just like that, I have to do another voice.
This is the worst outcome.
Zap!
Not because you have to do another voice, because oh,
Yeah. You're right there in the living
it was
room
so
with your...
fucking bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're right there in the living room with your dearest friend Gamzee. What a sight for sore eyes is this jovial cut-up of a drug-addled juggalo. Don't say anything, don't... Oh, no! What the fucking motherfuck? With comical slowness, he dive bombs away from you over his couch and onto a pile of horns. A chaotic honk cacophony sends Gamzee into a chorus of screams. You elbow Terezi. Smell that? How could she possibly think about the crushing impossibility of making the world a better place when this fella's over here acting such a fool? Her frown is unwavering as Gamzee clambers back up to his feet. Sorry, my cat is being a brat. And now is going to meow for us. You want to meow for the camera? She does not want to, so instead she gets to be in my arms.
Aww.
That was a righteous motherfucking miracle, what you just gone all up and did in front of me. Got me scared honkwise right in the horn pile, my brother. That's a real good thing I'm tripping the pie clown-tastic right now. Otherwise my plump biscuit might have flipped turn-wise hard enough to make me all violent on a motherfucker. His smile is nothing if not cordially unhinged.
Hey, Gams.
Terezi? Well, fuck me all situationally up. What it do, my sister?
It do too much.
Shit, man, that's some bad news to hear. Now that I'm looking all up at you motherfuckers, you seem hellaciously burdened, like in the soul what we have. You agree that you do all have souls, probably. That's the answer he was looking for, right?
If I have a soul, it's a tar-tasting slime stuck on the bottom of a ground pusher covering.
You mean a shoe?
Whatever.
Well, I don't know what you two hoes have scribbled down on your planners for tonight, but if it's the wild what has you weary-eyed, methinks you should be getting to have your think pans all up in some pie pans, my mans. That's not a bad idea. What better distraction from the dystopic nightmare of Alternia than the warm, comforting embrace of hallucinogenic drugs? Terezi seems momentarily unsure, like some sensible part of her is desperately begging her to do literally anything else.
Fuck it.
She plops down on the couch with determination, sinking into it like a sack of disillusioned potatoes. Well, that is directly the noise what I like to hear. Gamzee slithers down next to her and puts an arm over Terezi's shoulder. She tenses up, but doesn't push him away. What about you, Miracle Limster? Do you want to be getting ill in on this? He pats the seat next to him with a delightful grin. You think you feel the same tug of reason Terezi felt, but you'll be damned if you pretend to have more sense than a lawyer. Besides, you're having a hard time imagining anywhere you'd rather be than in the arms of a fragrant clown. He puts his arm around your shoulders as you sit and try to make yourself comfortable. Now, ain't this just the coziest motherfucking snuggle sesh there ever was? You see Terezi sniff at an open half-empty Faygo bottle before taking a huge swig. Pass me some of that wicked elixir, my sister. Gamzee takes his own demure sip, gargling as he sucks from the bottle. By the time he passes it to you, you're pretty sure it's more backwash than Faygo. Which is still more Faygo than none, you guess. It is, without a doubt, the most vile combination of taste and viscosity that you've had in your body. But hey, at least now you're not thinking about politics. As you toss the empty bottle to the ground, already lost in a stupefied haze, you glance over at your new pal Terezi. She doesn't look happy, but at least she doesn't look sad. Goal accomplished, you guess?
No.
No.
This is the.
Hugs,
I mean,
not drugs. Why? What? What's she wearing? Oh, those are scale friend.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay. At the very least, I will say, unlike when this happens in Homestuck proper, Gamzee is not, uh... Gamzee is not a villain in this particular, era.
Uh-huh.
And he, like, I don't know if you remember the specifics of this, what I've been alluding to. But yeah, for those at home and also Autumn, later in Homestuck, after Gamzee, murders a bunch of, both of their friends, and starts literally working for the main bad guy, he and Terezi, because Terezi had just, like, became incredibly depressed because she killed Vriska and regrets it.
Yep.
Gets in a very toxic, kismissitude with Gamzee.
Yep.
And it kind of destroys her for a good long while.
Yep.
And it takes a whole universal reset and a live Vriska for her to fully recover.
Yep. Also, Page of Rage, please don't use... I'll allow it, but don't use that term. I'm not doing a hick accent. I'm doing an accent based off my beloved grandmother, who is from the South. So please don't describe my southern accent as a hick accent. Anyways, that's
anyway.
actually gonna be it for the day.
I very much liked the Terezi route quite a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The Equius route was also pretty good. I mean, it made me have like, it made me enjoy Equius's presence to a certain degree, which is not very it takes some doing.
Yeah. Equius, I remember
But
almost
anyway.
nothing about, because he's really bland to me, besides the dick jokes.
I mean, granted, he gets killed pretty early, so, but
I get
yeah.
him and Sullix mixed up a lot.
Solix also just kind of, I mean, he doesn't die so much as he just, like, fucks off.
Yeah.
I mean, he does die, but he gets better.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, thank you, Autumn and Ash, for hanging out, and,
Of course,
through
of
these.
course.
Mm-hmm.
We will be back next time. We will be doing Tavros's route, which I'm not looking forward to, and Radia's route, which I very much am.
Hooray!
Hooray! And then after that will be Nepeta and Sullix. But thank you all.
Heck yeah.
Gonna end the stream here. I hope all of you had a most wonderful day, and will have a most wonderful evening. Goodbye.
Bye!
See ya.